But did you know that Jesus quotes the Old Testament at least 100 times, maybe as many as 180 times? Because again, he doesn't always say, I'm quoting this from the book of, he just says something, and it's kind of similar to what we have in the Old Testament. So it's a little bit soft, numbers. But between 100 and 180 times, he quotes the Old Testament. Now, if you have a Bible with the red text that Jesus says, if you count up how many texts we have of Jesus talking, it's about 1,800 texts. If 180 of them are quotes from the Old Testament, that means 1/10 of what Jesus said came from the Old Testament. The disciples who wrote the rest of the New Testament, if you take all their quotes in the New Testament, you have a number of about 300. The New Testament quotes the Old Testament about 300 times. Jesus and the disciples believed that the Old Testament has value. Right? If Jesus and the disciples believe the Old Testament has value, how's the rest of that argument go? Why wouldn't I? If Jesus thinks the Old Testament is valuable, what should I think about the Old Testament? It's valuable. Right?